What is going on, guys? It is Dave from Gamebreakers bringing you another Tuesday video and another video in the first Doritos Crash Course. Today we are focusing on the Europe levels, and really we're just going to be continuing our sort of stream, going through the games in order. We did USA last week, the USA levels. We've got the Europe levels this week, Japan levels next week, and then we move on to Doritos Crash Course 2. We are not doing the DLC in the first Doritos Crash Course because we've not bought it, and apparently it glitches the game. So yeah, we are not using any DLC at all. So these are the original levels that came with the game bundled, which with the free game that was released in, I believe, 2010. So, while I was talking, the first Europe level was already underway. Now, this part where I am, those trampolines, you can just stay there if you want and gain an achievement. I talked about achievements briefly in the last episode. The Europe levels is the main place where you can get some of the achievements. You can get the Tarzan achievement, which is to swing from rope to rope 10 times in a row without sort of falling off, letting go of the rope, or pressing the B button to reset yourself to checkpoint. Hopscotch for 20 game score, which is bounce from trampoline to trampoline 10 times in a row, which you could have got in that place which I mentioned earlier. You can also do it at any other point in the game, such as here, or I think there's another place as well in a different Europe level. So those achievements are the sort of the easy achievements, really. This game was full of easy achievements. It was just sort of do this simple task without falling. And then obviously you've got the Eurostar achievement for 20 gamer score that you get for finishing all the levels. It doesn't matter what time you do them in, just finish all the levels. So that was the first Europe level completed. We're on to the second level now, Conveyance, and yeah, these were the medium courses. Forgot to mention as well in the achievements, thing when I was talking about them, that sort of travelator slash treadmill thing. If you press sprint and sort of fell, you got the Roadrunner achievement. I think it was worth about 10, 20 game score. It wasn't a lot. Again, a quite simple achievement. So yeah, these were the medium courses. They weren't that particularly hard, but they did bring in some elements near the end that you would see in the Japan levels. Not really that difficult. It's just they can annoy you, and that's what they were there to do. Frustrate you in places. That's about it. They're not particularly difficult, but not particularly easy either. But if you've played this game for quite a bit, you sort of know what the levels are and what to expect from the level. If you've not played it in a while, then I don't know. You know, you may struggle, you may not. I fell at the end. But it's sort of, you know, Doritos Crash Course is one of those games where, well, in my opinion anyway, where you can play it for ages, get used to the level layout, and start completing it in fast times, but then you might take about 6 months break from it, go back to playing it, and you'll have no clue what the level layout is. That's sort of like every other game ever made, but Doritos Crash Course is sort of, it's different because you want to get fast times and you don't want to fail, yet you do because you don't know the level layout. And that's probably what I had. I got most of the achievements in this in 2011, I think 2011, 2012, early 2012, late 2011, and then went back to playing this just before Doritos Crash Course 2 came out, 2013, so I had about a year away from it, and have no clue what these levels are and the fastest routes through them. Obviously in the second Doritos Crash Course you have split paths, so the first time you ever play the level there's only one way that you can go, which sort of does make it a little bit easier for you to learn the level layout, and the split paths are sort of like shortcuts. But you know, if you can be completing it the long way in a gold medal time, then when it comes to unlocking the shortcuts, then you know you're gonna get an even faster time. But anyway, that's for the second Doritos Crash Course. We're talking about the first Doritos Crash Course. Annoying sort of obstacles. These paintballs, they are a pain. I'm not. They are a pain, because you'll jump, you won't get enough jump, and then they'll decide, you know what, I'm just gonna hit you and knock you back. And sometimes they knock you off, and you have to complete a whole checkpoint again, and you're right near the end of the checkpoint. Those paintballs are so annoying. Anyway, I keep talking. We are moving on now to the fourth Europe level. Sort of we 4 out of 5. We're sort of approaching the end. Just this and another level to go. These should be quite short levels, but I take about good 2 minutes over them, because I'm trying to take my time so you know you guys can see the level be complete faultlessly, or as close to faultlessly as I possibly can. Obviously that sometimes isn't the case, and I do fail quite a bit. Going back to the Roadrunner achievement, you can also get it in this place as well. So there's two places in the Europe levels where you can get that. I just thought I'd point that out, considering we was on the obstacle. Now, this obstacle, I take my time over. I do realise that I can jump potentially 2 platforms at a time. I decide not to do that and basically waste time. But yeah, again, these trampolines, you know, it's more risky because you're higher up and the trampolines aren't closer together, but you know, you can get the hopscotch achievement in that place. This annoyed me, jumping over the chains. I can normally do that quite quickly. Yeah, there I didn't, and that's gonna happen. Incidentally, in the second Doritos Crash Course, when you get hit by a hammer, you don't sort of fall, you can just continue. In the first one, it resets you to the previous checkpoint. So I'm actually glad that they rethought about that and changed that for the second game, because it's quite useful, because you can just continue your run and sort of, instead of going all the way back to a checkpoint and losing time. So we're on the final course here now. It's swinging in the rain. Now, a little cheat that you can do on this course is, I think it's this one, is you can completely avoid those sort of hammers by sort of jumping on the first one and letting the trampoline follow you, and none of the hammers will actually hit you. So, little trick. I didn't do it in this video because I forgot about it, but then after I recorded this I realised I can probably tell them about that trick. And I don't know if it still works, but I know it worked first time I played this game. Yeah. So this is as I said, the final Europe level. Next levels are the Japan levels, which can be annoying. And obviously this Europe 5, if there was sort of a scale in these levels, Europe 1 would be sort of more of a USA level than anything, while something like Europe 5 would be more of a Japan level. Yeah, Europe 1 would be more of a USA level, while Europe 5 would be more of a Japan level. So the Europe levels sort of get slightly harder and harder and harder to work your way up to the Japan levels. They are what I would say a progressive medium. They don't get they're not sort of one set difficulty. They do slightly get harder and harder and harder as you progress through the area or the zone or whatever you want to call it. They're not a level. Each course is a level, so it's yeah. Anyway, we are about 3/4 of the way through this course, and when I can finally get down to the chain when the paintballs stop hitting me, we shall move on. So yeah, not a lot really. Well, not much else to say about this level, only that yeah, we're coming to the end of it. There is I think it's this level. Yeah, there's this which we've got to get past, which don't know if you've noticed, but at the top you've got to sort of stay in line with that sort of block. Oh no, sorry, it's not this level. I don't think it is anyway. You got to stay in line with that block at the top. I didn't realise this when I played this game for the very first time, or this level for the very first time. I just tried to rush through it, and I kept getting hit by the paintballs, and it annoyed me. And no, this isn't the level I was thinking of. But yeah, you're going to see quite a few faults. I think this is the completed attempt. Just about got the jump there, and yes, it is. There we go then. We finish on a third, a bronze medal. So quite a slow time, 3 minutes 26 for that level. But yeah, that's about it for Doritos Crash Course Europe levels. Join us again next week when we'll be going through the hardest levels of this game, the Japan levels. So we'll see you then. Bye.